Good morning. Today we'll be presenting the final part of our group assignment, which is the Contemporary Issue Management Report. And our topic is the importance of work-life balance. And this presentation will be presented by Harshal Mehta, myself, Rishabh Sachdev, Rohit Mothe, Pranjal Patel, and Rushi Patel. So let's start. So in this image, you can see how an employee is balancing her work and life balance. And you can see the quote that you will never be truly satisfied by work until you are satisfied by life. And that is a true motto which can be applied in every working individual's life. And let's start by the introduction. What is work-life balance? So work-life balance refers to the level of prioritization between personal and professional activities in an individual's life, and the level to which activities related to their job are present in the home. So some of the factors which are responsible for having poor work-life balances are: number one, increased roles and responsibility at the workplace, meaning that you have been given a huge workload and you're not able to manage that. Second is hostile work environment, which means that either you are having problems with your boss, your manager, or with certain colleagues or group members who are not willing to cooperate with you and who do not show up at time, etc., etc. And third is the lengthy commutes to the workplace, meaning that your office is maybe 1.5 hours or 2 hours away from your house, which is a long drive, and it's like a 4 hour commute every day to and fro from work. And the last part is the lack of job security, meaning that your job is not secure. You're always worried about getting fired at any moment, and that affects mental balance of a person. So next slide explains why this topic is an important issue. Uh, that is because some workers are unable to contribute to their work in an effective manner due to poor work-life balance due to pressures at work. Second is unbalanced work and personal lives are resulting in mistakes at work and in professional life and personal life both. And damaging effects include a higher risk of stroke, heart disease, and mental disorders such as anxiety, depression. And additionally, a survey was done in 2019 which says that up to 3.7 million Canadians experience high levels of stress, and 2 out of 5 believe that their jobs make it difficult for them to maintain a healthy family relationship. So this is why this is a very important topic in today's work culture. And next, I'll be handing over to Pranjal to explain the next part of the presentation. Thank you.
And thank you, Lisa. So myself Pranjal Patel, and so here I'm gonna talk about the leadership analysis, which is the democratic leadership. So in the democratic leadership, also known as the two names like the participatory and the share leadership, and in this type, multiple members of the team are involved in the decision making process. Moreover, if I talk about the many organization which is on the large scale, like the government, school, and the private corporation will benefit from this kind of leadership. Second thing, the entire burden of the accountability should not fall onto the democratic leader. Moreover, instead, it's shared to load and get the many people involved as possible in the attempt to reactive the goals, reach their goal. Third thing, this leadership also helps to member to make smart decision and encouraging the people to take on a shared responsibility to achieve this. On the next slide here, I'm gonna talk about the advantage and disadvantage of the democratic leadership. And the first thing which I'm gonna explain is the advantage of from the democratic leadership. So very first advantage is that this leadership member include their own opinion and they set their own thoughts and in a different way of thinking. Secondly, this leadership leads to higher group engagement and increase the productivity and provide the creative solution. And on the other side of it, if I talk about the disadvantage of this type of leadership, is the opinion which is on the small case will be overridden. For example, like the people who said that small thoughts will be negligible. Additionally, this leadership involved many people, and as a result, it will create the communication gap and the conflict. And after this issue, it will take more time to come to the decision. And thirdly, the unskilled and untrained group can be result in a more decision making. So that is from my side. I'm gonna hand over to Rushid. Thank you.
Thank you, Pranjal. And my name is Rushri Patel. So today I'm going to talk about the proposed route of an action. So talking about the work-life balance issues It can be solved with a democratic leadership style, and it includes three major points, which are: first one is that everyone has the chance to engage ideas and are freely exchange, and discussion is encouraged under a democratic leadership style. The democratic leader is still present to provide direction and control, even though this approach frequently emphasizes group equality and the free exchange of the ideas. The second point is employees can speak freely with their managers about their present workload, which affects their ability to maintain their work and life both, and how they can lighten the load without affecting the quality of the work and also compromising the quality of the work. The third point is the democratic group leadership functions best when participants are knowledgeable and willing to share their expertise. It is crucial to give individuals enough time to input, formulate a strategy, and then vote on the best course of action. That's all from my side, and now I will handle it over to the Rohit. Thank you.
Hi, now let's discuss about implementation plan. The implementation plan that will be rolled out will be containing the following steps. The first step is about clear communication. Poor communication and misunderstandings have a diametrical influence, employee morale, and target completion, and even missed income. Effective democratic leaders will influence their followers with the following responsibilities, tasks, goals, priorities, and performance standards, and relevant laws and rules, among other things. The second comes effective problem solving. Effective problem solving techniques can handle disruptions in the corporate operations and reduce their impact. There is no answer to every issue, but however, research have identified a fundamental set of procedures to solve these type of issues. The problem is identified, potential solutions, and are developed during the first three phases, and the best solution is chosen, and it will be implemented in the fourth step. And the third comes giving constructive criticism. In a perfect society, leaders would merely inform people duties, and even everyone would carry them out perfectly on their time. But since we live in, it's common for followers to run into unforeseen problems, stray from their intended task, make mistakes. Giving and receiving constructive feedback on work issues also builds up employee morale and confidence. Now let's discuss about measuring return on investment, which is also known as ROI. The following steps will be taken to measure the success of our implementation plan. The first comes the questionnaire, which is also known as feedback. And a questionnaire is offered to the participants just to know, to evaluate the applicability to their leadership position, and factors like use of their good use of their time. They would recommend it to others, and other issues will help us in achieving this task. And behavior change measurement, determining whether training has been transferred to job behaviors, is the aim of behavior change management. Disrupting multi-rater pulse surveys to a leader's direct response, most efficient approach to conducting this type of assessment. Now let's discuss about learnings. Checking if knowledge and skills were acquired by learners because of the leadership development program is the goal of this step. It serves as best test of how helpful the knowledge you acquire is. The program creator should track and evaluate course usage, completion rates, and pass rates. Now Herschel will take over from you.
Hi. There are few techniques of measuring our strategies that we don't use, uh, techniques such as psychomotor assessment and in-person interviews can be we are not using in this to measure our success. There are quite a few reasons for that that are mentioned here. The first is they are expensive to conduct and time consuming, and sometimes self assessment is not possible. And whenever we are doing an in-person interviews, some employees are under pressure and don't give correct answer due to the activity not being anonymous. Moving on to the last slide, which is our summary. To conclude this presentation, we talked here about the person who have a healthy work-life balance, and they experience less stress, more stability and satisfaction in both in the personal and professional life, which increase the productivity of the company. There are few principles by that we can effectively manage our work-life balance, which is effective problem solving and constructive criticism. By that, we should easily adapt to the perfect work-life balance. The most suitable leadership style to tackle this kind of issue of work-life balance, in our opinion, was democratic and participative leadership style. It encourage equal participation of all the team members while making the crucial team decisions, which will potentially impact the both personal and professional lives of team member and our company. And for the last part, to to measure our success of our suggested implementation plan, we included a choice question in the form of the feedback form or questionnaire, several kind of learning skills and the behavior change measurement. So this these all are our from our side, and thank you for this presentation.